A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand. Hello everybody, welcome to Tinpot, Scottish Football Podcast with me, Tom Leask, and my two buddies, Matthew Strugnall.
Hello.
And Andrew Guild.
Howdy.
Episode 30, lovely introduction. Episode 37, and I am back in amongst the pigeons like the cat I am to discuss Scottish football. Did you miss me last week, lads, or no?
Yeah, big time. I missed. We were worried about your whether you were going to come back. You know, that was the thing. We thought you might get arrested with your nudist beach and your budgie smugglers and all that. So how'd you get on with that? Actually,
yeah. Man with Michigan is arrested in Malta.
Hey, they don't arrest based on the size of the penis. Come on. No, it's good.
Penis arrested in Malta.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Yeah, he's scared of locals.
It was lovely. It was lovely. Didn't get into too much trouble. The sun wasn't out for too much, so the budgies only had a few trips out. It was the last couple of days were warm, like 20, 22 sort of degrees, but the first couple of days were a bit chillier. I had to buy a jacket when I was over there for going to the football because it was that cold.
Deary me.
So,
where is Malta? Where is it?
Unprepared. Off the west coast of Italy, just south of Sicily.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of between Italy and Africa, I think.
Beautiful.
It was a very popular base for the British during the war. It got bombed a lot by the Italians, the Axis forces, which I learned a lot about during my trip. There was a cathedral in Mosta, which had a bomb dropped through the roof during a ceremony, a mass, and it never exploded. The bomb is still there, but the bomb is safe. It's not been detonated. Yeah.
Speaking of bombs, there was a bomb in Dunfermline. Did you hear about that, Andrew, today?
Yeah, Linburn Road. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I ran past there like an hour after that. I just ran past it. I saw a police car. I thought, what's going on? Little did I know I could have been exploding when I was running.
I wouldn't have even felt it, mate, to be honest with you.
That's true. I think they're resurfacing the road, so they dug up a bit of verge, I think, and there was something there. Was it? Did it detonate? I don't
really know how it came about. I just saw it was like they must have moved it into the field bit and then they blew it up.
They blew it up.
Yeah, they found an explosive in Dunfermline, so there you go.
Not as explosive as Matthew's bowels on his new protein diet. What's the latest on the protein front, Matthew? Do fill us in.
Oh, well, I had a takeaway last night, but it was a healthy one because it was I had a chicken kebab, and instead of chips I ordered chicken, and instead of the pita bread I said chicken, and instead of the salad I just ordered chicken, so I just had some chicken. From the lasagna around the corner, yeah.
Taking the piss.
Said, in menu notes you can put like alterations. I ordered a grilled chicken kebab. I said replace the pita for chicken, no salad, but replace it for some chicken. Chili sauce, just chicken. So they just gave me a box of chicken.
Was it like kebab meat, like like the sort of shavings, or was it like
it was like chicken, chicken kebab.
Ah,
yeah.
Nice.
What was the point in ordering from a takeaway if all you're going to order is chicken?
Very true, actually.
I can't grill it like that at home, mate. Grilling all the spices and stuff, on a hibachi.
You can't grill chicken.
I can, but I can't grill it that good. I did have chicken, but I did have also a chips and a doner quarter pounder. So yeah, plenty of meat though.
Oh, nutty.
It was good. I had a tough weekend, But what else have I been eating? Protein wise, just loads of eggs as well and beans. So it's been like fucking. Bombs going off in this house, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a fact. Not just Linburn Road. They had to evacuate the whole street, I think, after that last night.
What's your preferred way of eating eggs, Mr. Protein?
I like fried eggs. Yeah.
Oh.
On sourdough. Jason's. If it's on sale. If it's not, then
Nice.
just Aldi's own. You know what?
Lovely.
Jason's is ridiculous. You seen that Jason's sourdough?
Jason's
it's
is
like
good.
It's like half a loaf of bread you're paying for like £2 for half a loaf. They've like, I got a loaf, just cut it in half, and they're giving you half for double the price.
It's good bread, though.
It is good bread. It's good bread.
Yeah,
But still,
tastes good.
it's like a soup and a half sandwich. Where's the other half sandwich? Just give me a full sandwich. You know?
Or just hold
Why
the
give me half a
sandwich.
sandwich?
Give me chicken.
Chicken, yeah. Main chicken.
Chuck some cottage cheese on there with some porridge oats. Why not?
Yeah.
I found Vimto protein powder in Tesco again, so I bought that.
Nice.
Going down a treat.
Nice.
Mixing it
And,
with water or Monster?
Both. And milk.
Oh God.
You're wrong.
What else did I eat? I ate something over the weekend. Nah, that was about it really. Chicken dippers, not much protein in them. I had a few of them in the freezer, so I'd eat them on
You just take off the batter around the outside and
yeah. Cool.
straight to the protein.
Nah, I was gonna make my own like cornflake chicken. So what you do is you get like a chicken breast instead of egg yolk, you just use like protein powder mixed with water, and it's got that gets soggy then. It's got double protein chicken.
That sounds
Also-
fucking disgusting.
It's
That's
not
not really true. On a chicken note, we need to go to Wingstop when it opens in Dunfermline like next week or today. Maybe,
Yes.
when it's open.
Was it
We should
open
go
soon?
there.
Is it?
I think this month, certainly Wingstop. So
Oh, man.
that serves chicken. I know that for sure. So we can go there and I can just eat like loads of chicken.
It's a race against time for me to get this surgery done.
Oh yeah,
It's
Man,
open
you can just
today.
have-
Oh,
well, we can eat
bollocks.
chicken, Andrew. You can just have a glass of water.
Yes,
fast-
I'll watch you.
The fast food giant, which launched in Aberdeen last year, is opening its first Fife branch on Monday night, February 9th.
Have
There
you
you
had
go.
it before?
Wingstop.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never had it. I've never had it.
It's
I've
well
never had
packed.
it either. It's meant to be good, yeah. Really good.
Good
Other
for
than
the
that,
protein.
just trying to work out how to get muscler. I did 10 press ups last week, so that was a positive.
Last week? What's that like? Okay, one a day, double up on the weekend a wee bit.
No, it's 2 a day, Monday to Friday, weekends off for rest and recovery.
He's finally realised 6 weeks into this that eating protein alone is not going to get him muscles. He needs to work
Yeah.
out.
10 press ups a
But
week.
Oh, Christ. Got to start somewhere, mate. Well done.
Yeah, any tips, listeners? Let me know. Should I be
We'll
increasing
do
my
more press ups. Fucking hell.
Let me know. Is 20 too much, or is that enough? And I might buy a pull-up bar as well. That's my next thought. But
Oh,
I can't use
nice.
an electric drill, so I don't know how I'd put it up. But anyway,
He doesn't have the muscles to use the drill, but wants to do pull-ups.
Oh, God.
Jesus. Andrew, bring us some sanity here. What's happening with you?
Oh,
He's
fucking hell.
making me lose the
Watched a lot of sport on the weekend, and so that was really about that. Nothing much else exciting happened, and yeah, got an appointment tomorrow to hopefully get my surgery booked in at some point for getting rid of Ali and Mark. So, so yeah, I can finally get back to normal. But yeah, I just keep like dropping weight. I've lost 6 kg already, just over that. So
nice.
since Christmas Day. So
Yeah,
Jeez,
you'll be writing a book about this, eh? The gallstone diet. It'll be the next
Yeah,
fad,
exactly,
like, on
yeah.
Instagram, right? All these influencers just like
when
get
when
yourselves
the
on.
government like runs out of money for Ozempic, then
Yeah.
just everyone get gallstones and just be fine.
to get the gallstones, you must first eat 9 double
Yeah,
big tasties.
Big Macs, yeah, big
so
tasties.
beef
that's
up
it, yeah.
first, and then
That's
on top.
it.
It's like a bulk kind of cut sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's on the
yeah.
bulk.
I'm basically
Those are the
just having a big tasty removal surgery, basically. Like, that's it. So they'll just find like 2 intact in my gallbladder and whip them out, I reckon. It's just blocking everything out. But yeah, I'm buzzing to get that sorted out because my life's been miserable with it. Like, in terms of like diet, like, can't eat anything, like, can't drink anything. Like, it's pish, like, it's boring. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that sorted out. Hopefully I can get it done quick and get
Fingers
sorted
crossed.
in time for my birthday. That'd be sweet. That's the plan.
Just in time for the double Old Firm Dunturn the week before your birthday.
I know. Cannot wait. That'll be great. So, yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, sorted by then. But we'll see.
Something to look forward to. Bye, Mark. Yeah. Goodbye, Ali. Are you going to ask the surgeon to keep them in a little pot and take them home with you? Or?
I think they have to remove the whole gallbladder, so I think...
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to get the pleasure of being able to jar them up and take them up the road. So
I know someone who had the gall surgery thing, and they kept their gallstones. I'm not sure if it was just the stone removal or full bladder removal. I didn't ask. I really should have done.
I don't know if you can hang on to... bits through the... I mean, you might have got it done in like Dagestan or something like that, but
it was a NHS Scotland.
Was it? Well, there you go. Well,
how big is the gallstone? How big is it?
Not
actually,
not massive, but big enough to do damage.
Old enough to party. Yeah. I don't know. There's a few of them apparently. So, yeah,
Jesus.
Good times. So, apparently, you don't really need your gallbladder, so it's fine. One of those things.
Find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, report back.
See how it affects the McDonald's consumption after surgery.
Yeah. Better get the big tasty back for March. That would be sweet.
That would be lovely. Yeah, I saw the new menu for the 16th of March. I won't go talk you through it because I don't want to rub it in your face, but there's a couple of lovely little things in there that I'm
really?
sure if you're recovered in time, you will enjoy.
Okay. I'll
didn't actually get to sample. Didn't sample the McDonald's menu when I was away in Malta. I was on the local cuisine, so I didn't get to see what. Yeah, I didn't get to see what they're all about. Disappointing because that's normally one of the first things I do when I'm away, but missed out this time. So apologies.
What's the local cuisine like, Tam? A lot of chicken.
A lot of protein, mate. Funnily enough, they're big on their meat. I had some rabbit, had some snails. My first ever taste of snails. Yeah, I had some fish, loads of different types of fish. Yeah, it was good. Not one for the customers of Nooch Bar and Kitchen, our sponsors. They would not like to go there, because definitely.
But we like to go to Nooch.
But we do, yes. And anyone is welcome if you are in the Stirling area. Pop in to Nooch Bar and Kitchen, 44 Upper Craigs, for some fantastic scram.
Can you take your pooch to Nooch?
You can take your pooch to Nooch, mate. Yeah, you can.
Can you drink hooch to Nooch?
Your pooch to Nooch. They don't serve hooch, and I don't think it's BYOB, but I'm sure if you asked, they'd try and make you some.
What is hooch? It's like lemonade and sort of vodka. Oh, it is?
Not really actually that sure what it's made up of, but...
The brand of hooch.
No, just what is hooch? Hooch is like a lemonade sort of, but what's the alcohol?
No, hooch was like the slang name given to like moonshine, like you brew your own like jail alcohol.
I'm talking about the lemonade vibe, the hooch brand. Yeah, what is hooch?
Yeah, the brand. I don't know what the alcohol is. Probably vodka, I'd guess.
I'm gonna Google lemonade.
You do that, mate. You do that.
Turner and Hooch. That's a film with Tom Hanks and a dog.
Hey, Tom Hanks, what an actor.
What? Not one of the films you see, no, Tam, is it?
No, actually, no. You look a bit like Tom Hanks in Castaway right now, Matt.
Yeah, back to that at the moment. I'm much more I'm more hench than him in Castaway, though.
More hench. He was very skinny monkey.
Okay, hop. Alcoholic lemonade. What's the alcohol?
Jesus Christ.
I can't be bothered with that.
Right, okay, sorry listeners, it's 13 minutes in, we're talking absolute nonsense here. It's a football podcast, and in episode 37 we are discussing the Scottish Cup round 5 that took place at the weekend, the draw that's been made for the quarter-finals. We'll talk about a few games from the weekend and a few games that didn't happen at the weekend. We're going to get into that as well. We're going to have a quick look at Scotland's potential draw for the Nations League 26-27, and that's happening on Thursday, so just a quick look at who Scotland might get. And we'll have a quiz at the end, as we always do. Have I missed anything there, lads, about what's coming up?
Nope, that sounds about right, mate.
Don't think so.
Good. Thank you for clearing that up. I can tell I'm rusty.
Before you start, can I just ask what top is that you're wearing quickly? Just, I've noticed.
Oh, yes, you can. It's the Maltese third goalkeeper shirt, or the goalkeeper shirt, I think. I've tried to find out just before we started what shirt I'm wearing, but yeah, it was purchased from my recent trip to Malta, and the Maltese goalkeeper shirt in black. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. If you're not, tough titties, but it is a beautiful bit of kit by Araya. Speaking of which, just a quick minute of your time on Maltese football. Let me talk to you. I was fortunate enough to go to 2 Malta Premier League matches during my trip. The first one was Birkirkara versus Tarshan Rainbows. Neither team are competing for the title this year. It was 5-0 to Birkirkara. The atmosphere was a bit dry, if I'm honest. It wasn't great. But they do have alcohol for consumption. You can smoke and vape in the stadium. They do have drummer boys in there making the noise, and loads of big flags. So the first game was 5-0, a couple of decent goals, but overall pretty shitty atmosphere. But let me tell you, the second game, Floriana against Valletta, top of the table clash down at the Hibernian Stadium, the Tony Bizzina Stadium in Paola, and it was a 0-0 game, but the football on show was subpar. The match day experience, Matthew's just walked away, he must be bored.
I'm still
listening. The match day experience in Malta was sublime. Unbelievable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Describe it. What was it like?
Most people are arriving to the stadium half an hour early. Also,
Nice.
Sometimes they've got 2 fixtures in the same ground back to back, so you can go to 2 games in a row, which is mental. I don't know how
That's
that works,
mad.
but yeah, you can pay. It's €10 for a ticket for all Malta Premier League games as well, so it's cheap as chips.
Are they
And
like artificial pitches so you could play back to back like that? Because I would wonder if
Some are,
it's...
some are artificial, some are grass. So I don't think they'll have back to back on the grass surfaces. But
Yeah.
We arrived sort of half an hour before the start of or 45 minutes before the start of our game that we were going to see, and caught the last 15 minutes. And then we were asking the steward, if we'd arrived at the start of this game, would we get in for both? And he's like, yeah, no problem. So
Fucking hell. That's
But
brilliant.
yeah, match day experience. Everyone will arrive like half an hour before, and it's really weird. There's not really a home and away allocation, so it's kind of half and half. They split the stand in 2, and you've got 50 fans. The derby game, Floriana and Valletta, there was full like fucking brass bands in there making noise from start to finish. There's
Bloody
families
hell.
in there. There's people like swinging from the rafters with flags and singing songs, and on the pints there's honestly, if you get the chance to go to a game in Malta, make sure it's a big one like that, I would say, because the other one was slightly poorer. But
What's the halftime scran like? Kebab pies?
similar to here, there was nachos up for grabs. There was hot dogs. There was local little pastry things going on, I think. Pastizzi maybe. And yeah, there's optics on the wall for your Johnny Walkers, your vodkas. There's beers. It's just incredible,
Okay.
and everyone's super well behaved. There's obviously that was a derby. There was a lot of police presence on the way into the game, but during the game, no issues with the bevy. Even though everyone's getting on it, so we need to stop and
Brilliant.
take note.
What was the attendance? Sorry, in the big game.
Oh, pass. It looked maybe like 3,000, I guess.
2000.
2,000, 3,000. I'll try and have a quick Google just now. I
Malta.
don't think the average attendance is all that high though.
That sounds
do we have
great.
Anything?
I like the back-to-back
For-
games particularly. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's something obviously we would never ever do over here, and it relies on 3G or 4G surfaces, doesn't it? So,
Yeah.
which we'll get on to a bit later on. But yeah, that was my experience of Maltese football. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. One of the best games for atmosphere that I have ever been to.
Brilliant.
Right,
That's class, mate. Malta.
Malta, yeah,
What a
get
place.
yourself there. And everything's within a half an hour drive. From one end of the island to the other is, I think, about 20 miles.
Bloody hell.
Everywhere on a bus in about half an hour. And yeah, local boozers filled pre-match. It was, lovely stuff.
Maltesers on tap.
What's the currency,
Maltesers.
Tam?
The Euro.
Oh, the bloody euro.
Clarkson and the Euro. Yes.
So exchange rate's like what, 1-to-1 or what?
I don't know, mate. You go to Poland often enough. I'm sure you know the...
They don't have the
exchange
euro,
rate.
you mug. They have the zloty and it's class.
Is it not Zloty?
Whatever, you get shitloads for your pound. That's what I care about, mate.
Too
my
busy
king over
watching
son.
BBC iPlayer.
Just like, give me the... lying in bed just watching BBC iPlayers, feeding me grapes and that,
Loads
you know,
of
'cause I'm
tissues.
king. Shut up.
Boys on the VPN to watch the iPlayer when he's across in Poland.
Oh,
Nicked a bog
Haaland,
roll from his dad's.
My good father-in-law, excuse me. The match of the day's about to start.
Inside
No.
joke. Scottish
Okay.
Cup. We had how many games at the weekend, boys? Was it six
A
games?
few.
Is that right? No, not
few,
6.
yeah.
Not as many as 6.
No, there wasn't
It
as
would've been
many.
6.
Yeah.
Let
I
me,
think there was 2 called off, was there?
There was, yeah. I can't do math. So the next round's quarterfinals, which is 8 teams, which would mean 4 games. So yeah, there was 6 games at the weekend. It's a really bad intro to the Scottish Cup, but a few headlines, I suppose. Dunfermline beating Kelty. They probably had one of the easier draws. Bless them, Kelty obviously not going too well in League One this year. Dunfermline doing relatively well, and yeah, Neil Lennon's side progress, which is good, I think, to get a championship side into the next round. And they play, I believe, Aberdeen or Motherwell, also a home fixture for them.
Yeah, that's right.
If they get through, well, depending on who gets through. But the other games we had on the go, sorry, this is very Tinpot of me. Rangers, let's talk about that, Andrew. You're the resident teddy bear on the pod. It was a triumphant 8-0 victory, a bit different to about a year ago under Philippe Clement, the Queen's Park defeat at Ibrox, which has gone down in the history books as one of the biggest upsets. 8-0 victory with a James Tavernier hat-trick. He's edging ever closer. I think he's 5th in the all-time defenders top scorer chart worldwide. So
I think he's one off of Lee Griffiths' record for the SPFL, most goals scored by a player as well. So great performance. Obviously playing Queen's Park, they're no Auchinleck Talbot or anything like that, so didn't take us that long to break them down, not the 80 minutes or whatever it was then, but in all seriousness, a good display, really good display. Score speaks for itself, but what was really pleasing is just to see the new signings, and how much of a difference they seem to be making to that Rangers squad almost instantly. I think that was the thing, with these January signings, you can't really sort of buy in any players that need to sort of take a while to bed in. These ones that have come in, by and large, have hit the ground running. Some really, really impressive performances over the last couple of games from Chukwueze and Romans particularly, but Naderi looked really threatening as well. So good signs, and for once, good rotation options for Rangers. Usually it's a case you look to the bench and you're like, oh no, this is really going to sort of weaken us, if we're playing sort of stronger opponents, but we're getting to the stage where we've almost got sort of 2 strong players per position. So big week ahead. Got Motherwell midweek and Hearts on the weekend. So a much different test to Queen's Park, but promising signs. That's 13 goals in 2 games. So hopefully that just gets the forward players kind of in that zone, I guess, for converting these chances.
Indeed, yeah, the big week coming up, like you said. I think if you win both of those games, you should be fairly heavy favourites for the title. I would think, based on recent form and being on, at that point be level in points with Hearts. So
yeah. I mean, it's
you'd be in the driving seat. I
games.
think.
Both games are hard though. That's the thing. Motherwell are tremendous this season, so that's going to be a really, really hard game away from home as well. The Hearts game, if we've beaten Motherwell by then, the fans really need to bring the atmosphere at Ibrox to try and get us through that one, because Hearts are doing phenomenally well still. So tough week, but I'm looking forward to it. I feel for once, positively optimistic. Don't feel sort of confident necessarily, or I guess, a bit complacent about it. I'm just excited to see these couple of games coming up. So no, it's good.
Excellente. We've gone straight on to the Rangers game just because I panicked more than anything and forgot which other games were on the go. But we will slightly backtrack and look at Friday night. Matthew, you'd mentioned earlier in the group chat that St Mirren have a chance now to do the St Johnstone and try and win both domestic trophy cups in the same season. They beat Airdrieonians in extra time. They made hard work of it in the end. Went 1-0 up in the sort of first half. Henderson equalised, assisted by ex-Rangers man Jamie Barjonas, but it took extra time strike from Idowu to seal the victory for St Mirren. Do you think they can do the double, Matt? Would you, Sir Stephen Robinson?
I know. Yeah, why not? I think they're good at one-off games. When it really matters, they can, turn in a performance. Obviously, they've struggled to find consistency in the league, but they got the result against Hearts last week. They've put in some good performances. They won the League Cup, so yeah, I don't see why not. Obviously, one of the old firms getting knocked out in the next round, so it opens up pathway up certainly for a final anyway, potentially.
Yeah, that experience from the League Cup as well will stand them in good stead. The fact that they've been there against at the time the top team in the country and beating them at Hampden, no matter who they play, they'll go into a game confident, providing they can get through their next game, which, I mean, on paper is puts them down as favourites as well against high-flying Partick Thistle, which we'll come back to in just a sec. But yeah, I think the Scottish Cup now is just really wide open. You've got Rangers and Celtic, like you said, playing each other in the quarterfinals. Hearts are obviously gone, Hibs are gone. You're going to have one of Aberdeen or Motherwell gone at the end of that. So yeah, it's anyone's to play for. But other games from the weekend, we've mentioned Dunfermline beating Celtic Hearts. We've had the St Mirren one. Partick struggled to victory away up at Borough-Briggs. Was it up Borough-Briggs? I knew there was maintenance issues at that stadium.
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
Aye, I didn't get to catch that game, unfortunately. Not really got too much to comment. They were the favourites going into it. They've advanced, which is good for Thistle. They're obviously doing really well in the league, and a club with their history, it's good to see them advancing in the cup competitions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great season they're having. Really good season.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know we're going to talk about the tie, coming up. But I think they've got every chance of progressing again. It's a half decent draw for them. It's maybe not the best draw they could have got, but it is close to. So they've got a decent chance. That'll be a tight game. Yeah,
big time. We'll cover all 4 quarterfinal matches in just a sec, but yeah, I think it's one of the best draws they could have got. Celtic is the last team to mention that got through. I think we've covered all the other ones. Oh, sorry, Falkirk as well, beating Steny, but we'll come back to that in a second. I've mentioned Celtic, so we'll stay there. Celtic made very hard work of it. They got the equalising goal in the 97th minute, despite 5 minutes being added on at the end, which I was listening to another podcast earlier on, and they said that the Tierney injury that happened within the 90 minutes, it was originally 4 minutes that was going to be added. The Tierney injury made it an extra 1 minute to make it 95, and the goal was scored in 96:40. So no idea where that came from, but they did equalise in the 97th and then go on to win the game 2-1 after extra time. A really hard-fought defeat, unfortunately, for Presley's men. That's a few times they've done really, really well against Celtic, especially at Parkhead, which is a tough place to go. Especially with Celtic's team being littered with new signings. 8 of their 17 or 16 men that played, I think it was 17 men, 8 of them were new signings, like I said. So
they've not made any
signings on that, Matthew? Oh, Celtic, yeah. I thought that, because all their fans keep saying they've made no signings, but when I looked at the list, I think it was 25 players or something they've signed this season. So
that's weird. I never heard of any of them, so it's weird, strange.
Not too many.
Board.
Matthew, thoughts on Stephen Presley's men and the unfortunate defeat that they suffered?
Yeah, another almost kind of could be for Presley, the nearly man in the moment. He's certainly getting all he can out of that Dundee team. Brilliant goal by Hamilton, really strong player for them in the middle of the park. And then just one moment of, I don't know, defensive lapse of concentration or a poor bit of one-on-one defending in the last minute where he's got skint too easily, the boy for Dundee. Obviously, he was exhausted. And one of Celtic's new signings showing a bit of class. And another new signing, back heeling it into the goal. So it was a really good goal by two new signings, as we've discussed. And then another nice goal by the new signing to win them the game. So, I mean, you're playing against another team from the Premiership, and this is a Dundee team that Presley's been moulding all season, and he's kind of got them where he wants them to be. They are very solid defensively at the moment, and they don't give up too much. So, I mean, all you can want to do in the cup is just to get through, no matter how you get there. I don't know too much about injury time or that, but it's a bit suspect if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not going to start the conspiracy nonsense, but it's just it feels anyway, pretty typical from a non-Old Firm fan to see one of the Old Firm teams getting that sort of rub of the green again at home. But yeah, Presley seems to have turned a corner in some ways. They were shipping far too many goals at the start of the season. I know they've shipped 3 to Aberdeen just at the turn of the year. They've shipped 3 to Rangers twice in the last couple of months. But apart from that, a 1-0 defeat to Motherwell, that was close. They had 0-0 against St Mirren recently. They've had a 1-0 defeat very, very late on at Parkhead again a few weeks back.
United.
Yeah, we're trying not to mention that, but yeah, they seem to have turned a bit of a corner. I can't see them, if they get into the sort of that relegation scrap, if they get into the playoffs, I can't see them being the ones to go down, having been everyone's favourite to finish in the bottom 2 at the start of the season. Or be there thereabouts anyway.
I think so. They seem really organised. Through that game, they ran out of gas. Pretty much. That's what happened. Obviously, the goal shouldn't have really happened anyway. But by the time it got to extra time, they were absolutely buggered, really. But they did bring on a couple of subs that I thought made a bit of a difference, in that sort of latter part of the 90. And it just shows that, I guess, with that, as you were kind of saying, with that huge turnover, with this sort of brand new project with Presley, I think it's all starting to kind of come together a little bit more. And, you can see they're very, very structured in their shape, and, there's a lot of discipline throughout the team, which we're seeing more and more of as the season goes on. So, yeah, I think you're right. If they do somehow end up in those playoff spots, I think they're going to be very, very difficult to beat. But general feel is I don't think they'll land themselves there, and I don't think they deserve to either, because some of the results they have got, over the course of the season, even if it was earlier on in the season, they've claimed some big scalps and put in some decent performances. So credit where it's due. He's surprised everybody.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. We were all taking the piss out of him earlier on. So yeah, he's proven us all wrong. I think it's going to be key in the summer for them, isn't it? In the past, they've lost their sort of key midfielders. In McCowan and Silla went down to Livy. He was a really good player. And Lyle Cameron off to Rangers. They've got Luke Graham, who seems to be their star defender at the minute. He's attracted bids from down south. I think it would have been a record sale for Dundee, but they turned it down towards the end of the window. So come the window in the summer, if they stay up, which I think they will, you want to keep the core of that squad as much as you can. But if you need to sell a player like that, you need to reinvest it really wisely. I think that's where they've struggled in the past. They've sold or got rid of these players maybe at the wrong time when they've been out of contract, or they've just had to get compensation for them, and it's not been enough. Try and cash in on these players and reinvest it wisely, because if they do that, they can really build and try and push on next season.
100%, totally agree. I think there's the relationship between Strachan and Presley. I think there's a little bit more trust there than maybe there has been in the past. So when Presley's kind of shown his workings at the end of the season, in terms of what he's built, I think that it would be very surprising. I think if they weren't then giving him the cash to say, look, here's a good chunk of this to go and try and sort of reinvest, and the types of players that he's bringing in, seems to be fitting the Scottish league really well. there's a lot of players that he recruited from south of the border. That you're just thinking, is this a bit rinse and repeat? We've seen this before with other teams and it's not really worked. But to be fair, he's kind of got it pretty bob on. There's not many signings that have come in that have been an absolute flop.
Good contacts from his university days, potentially paying dividends. You never know.
That's right.
Just a little teaser for our listeners at this point when we're speaking about Dundee. In the coming weeks, we won't say when, but just to keep you on your toes, we will have a special Dundee FC guest on the pod to talk all things dark blues. So yes, do stay tuned for that.
Fight.
Yeah. Well, maybe. But I'm going to end up being referee. I think we might have to put me on the sidelines for that one. Anyway,
surely
that's
not.
the Dundee.
I'll post the episode, mate.
I heard the job you did last week, and you're not invited back.
Oh, that was alright.
I thought you did great, mate.
You got good reviews
From your mum.
Whoa!
Wasn't a joke, but just like your mum. Listen.
That's it. That's
your
it,
mum
like
joke. What is this? Primary 7. Jesus.
Oh, your mum.
Below the belt.
Oh, was it?
Unbelievable. Tell you what else is below the belt. Celtic FC's boycott. 24,000, I think, is what turned up to Parkhead on the weekend. And what it's done, really, from what I see anyway, is divide the fans. You get a lot of people that are back in the boycott, and a lot of people say support your club no matter what. For me, it's mental. I don't understand it. And a lot of them are hilariously saying, I'm boycotting, but I'm selling my ticket because it's £25. Fucking idiots. But yeah, it seems quite divisive between the two groups of fans, and they're now through into the next round of the Cup, away at Ibrox. Do you think all those boycotters are still going to be wanting to boycott for that, or do you think their names will be back in the tombola for the draw? I
have a sneaky suspicion. I just have a feeling they might want to go to that game, maybe. But nah, it's silly. Obviously, you could go into a big old rant about this, but I don't really know what it's for now. It's difficult to keep up with. It's the board, it's the lack of sign-ins, it's the manager. It's the supporters group that's given very horrendous threats to the club's head of security that somehow that's justified. So it's one thing after another, and I just don't see it. I can't find an angle to sympathise, but it didn't help their team in that game against Dundee is really the bottom line, and if they're going to keep that up, they will be the cause of Celtic's pain at the end of the season. Right now that Celtic team really do need their supporters on side, as do Rangers, as do Hearts, as do Motherwell, any teams that are really fighting up at the top there. They desperately need their fans on side, and that's just hamstringing a legendary manager by not turning up and filling your seats. So I just don't get it. I really don't get it. But I can't imagine it'll last. As you said, come the Ibrox game, it'll be a full away end, that's for sure.
Famously, the best fans in the world not given a full house reception to their new Champions League and Premier League winning signing in Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So
I mean, how gutting is that as well? I mean, Christ, you're unveiling him at Celtic Park, and there's like fucking 20,000 people there max. You know what I mean? He was trying to clap around the stadium, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's no one there." I know, it's so weird.
Find somewhere to put his applause. Yeah.
Well, how long's he signed for? Like just the end of the season? That guy? Is it just?
I think so. I think there's an option to extend for a year, as far as I understand. But I mean, he's not played in a while as well, so I don't know if he's going to be able to hit the ground running. It depends on his fitness. It depends what he's been up to, I guess. But that's, I don't know. It's a bit of a strange signing. It could be an absolute wonder signing, but I think it's a bit of an odd one in the January market, personally.
I don't particularly mind it. It's obviously a lot of salary for the space of 6 months, but he will add, no doubt, a great level of experience and talent. He'll know how to play in big games. And yeah, it can only help the team. I don't see why it would be anything worse. It's different if they've got him signed up on some stupid 4-year deal on really high wages and he's stuck there. But on a 6-month deal, it's...
But do they need it though? They've got a lot of midfielders as it stands. You've got your McGowans, you've got your Hatates, McGregors, etc., etc. You've got plenty of Bernardos, in that midfield. Then you're bringing him in. He's very injury prone. He's not played in ages. His stats at Besiktas weren't very good. It just seems a bit of a strange signing. In January it might take a bit of time to get up to speed. You've only got 13 games left. It's a huge wage. I don't know. It just doesn't. I could understand if you teed him up for the summer, and said, look, there's definitely another year on the contract or whatever. But the fact that they're only sort of taking him 6 months with an option, it's just like, well, is he going to make an impact straight away? I could be wrong. But
where's bloody Ian Acho as well? That's the same sort of vibe as him. Where the fuck's he gone? He's like,
well, he's a sick note as well. Like that. That's the problem. Well. So
another disaster.
But they've just signed a couple of more strikers there. Who've both hit the ground running and scored. In their first couple of games. So, they make sense. But the Oxlade Chamberlain one. The name's good and it's an attraction, but I don't really know if it's what they need right now.
Partly just to appease the fans, I suppose, isn't it? It's all the ones that are saying sign some players. If you get him in a big name, some people won't think about it maybe in the same depth that you've just gone into, Andrew, and just seen, oh shit, we've signed this guy who's really good and used to play for Liverpool. Oh, I'm happy with that. Some people might.
Yeah, but how does that make McCowan, Bernardo, Hatate feel if Oxlade Chamberlain's keeping them out the side?
Places though.
But they've already got the competition for places, though. That's the thing.
I know, but a name like that to come in, I don't see how it can be really, like I say, for a 6-month deal, a bad thing. Like to the dressing room, unless it goes. But it's not a dressing room the size of like Chelsea when they signed about 40 players across 2 windows and couldn't even share the same change room. I don't think it's to that level. But having 6 central midfielders all competing for 3 spots, I don't think it's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I'm keen to see when he gets his first start, to be honest with you. But
could be Rangers Joey Barton stuff. Hilarious.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be. Could be our Aaron Ramsey, but yeah, I don't know. He maybe if he's fit and ready to go, fair enough. Like absolutely fair enough. But it's been quite a while since he's played a game, as far as I understand. So I think it's like August or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll have a little bit of a burst at the end of the season and could just be the one that drags them across the line. Potentially. I don't know. Let's see.
Time will tell. Indeed. The final game was played just last night, I think, at Oakview. It was on BBC. Stenhousemuir, Gary Naismith's team, at home to their local, I'm not sure if they're rivals to be fair or not, they maybe are, Falkirk, and it was another game that went to extra time. Not too surprised it went to extra time, if I'm honest. Looking at the game beforehand, Naismith's side have been really, really good in League One, considering what everyone expected of them at the start of the season. They're flying high, near the top of the league, and yeah, took Falkirk into extra time, and it took a very, very good goal from Brad Spencer to open the scoring at 1-0, and then, yeah, I think similar to Dundee, just tired legs left it to go to 2. Matt, did you see the game? Have you seen the highlights? Any comments or thoughts on Naismith versus McGlynn?
Just 2 great managers going head to head. One future Scotland manager and maybe one future Falkirk manager, I don't know.
Potentially.
A tough game for Falkirk. It was a good atmosphere. Sort of derby. Is that a derby? I suppose it is a derby, right? They live near each other. Lovely wee stadium, local view. Hopefully the fans got to enjoy the hospitality at half-time, Tam.
Oh, lack of. Bloody Syngenta.
Syngenta. R.I.P. But no, a tough game for Falkirk. Stenny are having a great season again. But as you say, like previously, getting through in the cup's all that matters. So, great goal by Spencer and another goal for Barney Stewart. And there you go. Jobs are good, and McGlynn's on his way to the cup and the top 6. Further cementing his favourite tag for the Scotland manager's job. If he wins the Scottish Cup with Falkirk and gets in top 6, then how can people say he's not even in the running for the Scotland job? Seriously. Sorry, John.
Oh yeah,
it's a good point.
Definitely.
My mate that's an Aberdeen fan at work, I was speaking to him a couple of weeks ago about the vacancy at Aberdeen and mentioned the name McGlynn. He's like, absolutely not, blah, blah, blah. And he was adamant that he wasn't good enough to coach the team at Aberdeen, and claims it's because the two different club structures are different. Like, McGlynn needs to be in sort of a smaller club where he is in charge of everything, whereas at Aberdeen a lot of those responsibilities get removed and all he's going to be is coaching the team on the pitch. My retort to that was that that's what he's probably best at, is getting the most out of players on the pitch that he's got, and promoting youth, which Aberdeen have got a fair amount of. They just seem to be buying too much crap. I think that's been the problem at Aberdeen. Maybe need to promote more youth. That's where a lot of their sort of success of any success that they have had in the last 10 years anyway has come from. Scott McKenna's sale, for example, I think he came through.
I know, and they're going for another sort of foreign manager to the same similar vibe as Jimmy Tilleen, I think. Over our Scottish McGlynn from Blooming Scotland. Come on, Aberdeen, think about it.
It's good for you, though, Struggy, and your prediction that he's going to take the Scotland job. It's still open for him.
Yeah. He'll never.
Hey, you were adamant.
Yeah, believe in yourself, man.
It's a joke now, but...
Oh, it's a joke, is it?
Oh no, it's real. I really believe it, but
backtrack.
That would never happen, but it is something that should happen. But again, the snobbery about McGlynn, it's just a small club of Falkirk. I mean, are you serious? How do you think that you? How do you think you become better? You start there and you move up, or you take them to the Champions League. I don't know. This guy's on FM Dream. He's living the dream, completed it, mate.
It's the sort of snobbery in Scottish football that keeps people too far down the pecking order. People need to give people McGlynn a chance, don't they? So
give McGlynn a chance.
That's it. Give him a chance. Right, the draw for the quarter-final has been made after that full-time whistle was blown at Oakville View. As we mentioned earlier, St Mirren take on Partick. I think both sides will be pretty happy with that draw. Partick doing really well in the Championship. St Mirren, although they've won a cup this year, are struggling for league form. It's not the same St Mirren for the last few seasons who've been in the top 6. So it is at the Smisa through in Paisley. But I think Mark Wilson and the Jags will fancy their chances in that one, Andrew.
Absolutely. It's a really, really tough game to call. Really tough game. Really impressed with Partick, as I said earlier this season. I don't really know how to call that one, if I'm honest. I can see it going all the way. But yeah, I mean, we were mentioning Stephen Robinson obviously got the experience of the cup success not so long ago now. It's just a month or so ago. So you would hope in the latter stages of this cup that would start to pay dividends. But you've got to bear in mind their form, has been a little bit patchy recently. So, yeah, I think it'll be one that has got a really good chance of going to extra time and possibly further. But yeah, too tight to call for me, that one. I would, if I was gonna guess my head, I would say St Mirren, but just only due to the experience there, nothing else really.
Matthew, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I think St Mirren will do it. It'll be tight. Thistle are continuing to they're continuing to perform incredibly well, keeping tabs with St Johnstone at the top, and in the quarterfinals of the cup, unbelievable job Wilson's doing. I've been written off by fools like myself before the season started.
I know, yeah, I don't think any of us really thought Thistle would have much about them this year. That's why we're Tinpot. I don't know how many times I've said that this season, but yeah, another terrible prediction from all of us. But yeah, a really tight game expected in that one. Next up is Rangers v Celtic, probably one of the few old firms of the last few years where Rangers will go in favourites, I think, at Ibrox. Celtic's form has been much poorer than their rivals. Rangers flying high. How many wins in a row now is it, Andrew?
I don't know. It's at the point where I'm kind of losing count of the good stats, really, which is great. We're in great form, but all of firm games, at this stage especially, are particularly tight. Their new signings seem like they're hitting the ground running as well. So I think it'll be a difficult one to call on the day, and a lot of big games in between. So I'll back my team definitely, and obviously being at home will help. But yeah, I do think it'll be a tight game. But I think we'll finish it in the 90.
Finish it in the 90. Yeah, you were in the group chat. You were wanting that draw to come out, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more time that goes on, the more chance that Celtic have of turning their form around. As long as we can get through these sort of tough games in the interim, and keep that confidence, then I think we would have an excellent chance. But yeah, I'd rather get them out of the way as soon as possible.
Matthew, as the outsider, thoughts on Rangers v Celtic?
I think Rangers will win quite comfortably, to be fair. Just don't see any sort of... don't know, man. Celtic are just pish, and O'Neill's a fraud, and fuck the vibes, man.
A fraud?
They need a tactical master like Danny Rowe. Nah, I just don't think Celtic have anything in them this season. They have no heart, they have no... I don't know the players. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But Rangers just seem like the real deal at the moment, and the signings look impressive, and that is a real statement result of the weekend. Obviously, it's Queen's Park, but I mean, Wendy win 8-0, so it's a real statement of intent for them. See, I think they win 2-3-1, maybe 2-0, maybe 3-1, but by a couple of goals, I think Rangers will get through comfortably, and that'll be the start of their double dream.
They'll have that confidence as well from the game at Parkhead when Nancy was in charge, the 3-1 game. That was a pretty dominant second half performance, wasn't it? Rangers were shite in the first half, but they came out and absolutely battered Celtic second half and sort of stamped their authority on the Old Firm games for the rest of the season. I think it's theirs to lose. They've got the league game, is it just before as well in the first, and then the cup games the week after?
Yeah, it's two in a week, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. But it'll be a difficult week.
It's funny, the whole narrative around Celtic's form has, it's dropped off and they're shite, and which I can understand. The performances haven't been great. They only put 2 past Auchinleck, and it's taken them to the extra time against Dundee and scraping by in other games. But he's been back in charge now for 8 games. There's 2 draws in those games, one against Bologna in Europa League, and then one against Hearts when they had 10 men for the last 15 minutes, who are league leaders, really good in-form Hearts. And the results are still there for Celtic. They've obviously not lost any games in that spell. It's just the performances have dropped off. But we know in football it's quite easy to turn that around. I think some of those signings they've made seem to be quite threatening up front, which is the key bit that they've been missing. Like you said, they've got now 3 weeks of, I think, fairly straightforward fixtures domestically, don't they, before the Old Firm. There's nothing really too scary in that time. So it might all change. This is why this season's title race in the league is so exciting. It's because Rangers started off terribly. Celtic obviously had that dip. Rangers come back into it. Hearts have been so steady throughout. So, very exciting stuff. Anyway, we're getting a bit distracted.
Yeah, it'll either play for or against Celtic having the Stuttgart games, in the build up to those Old Firm games. That's the real test, between now and then, because as you said, they've got a bit of an easier ride with Livingston and Kilmarnock, and they do have Hibs but at Parkhead, but they've got Stuttgart sort of midweek either side of that Hibs game, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle them. They could be massive confidence boosters that then really kick them on, or they could be difficult games that take a lot out of them going into the Old Firm game. So I think that's what it's going to come down to realistically. Those are the games to watch for Celtic between now and then.
Yeah, it's a bit of a spanner in the work, because they know realistically this season with that squad they're not going to go on and win that trophy, I don't think. But every round they get through is better financially, and it's better for the sort of prestige of the club to go further and all these things. But at least they've strengthened their squad in January. They've now got more strength and depth in different positions, especially with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the middle of the park. So at least they can maybe rotate if they need to.
That's it, yeah. Oh, yeah, they made some signings, didn't they? Yeah, sorry, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you believe it, but they did make some signings. Right, the last two games of the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup. Back to that trophy. Falkirk versus Dundee United or the Spartans, and Dunfermline Athletic versus Aberdeen or Motherwell. So there was two games postponed at the weekend. One at Tannadice, one at Pittodrie. Both of which I think is the second time in a matter of weeks that they've had to postpone games. So we can't really make predictions as to what those quarterfinals are going to look like just yet.
Mm-hmm.
It raises a bit of a question, something that we'd sort of put in the group chat earlier on today. You know, how is it in this day and age? I know there's been unprecedented rain up in Aberdeen. There's 40 days of rain back to back or whatever it's been, 14 days without sunshine. But in this day and age, with the technology we've got and all other things, how can you have a pitch in that state? Matthew, I believe you wanted to ask a question about this.
Oh, you're on mute.
I'm on mute. Yep. Sorry. It was just the old what's the point, and move to that segment. Now I remember one time I said like, what's the point in gloves to keep your hands warm? Yeah, okay, hilarious. This one's more in the point of like, what's the point of an umbrella to keep you dry, right? So why don't we just put a fucking cover on the pitch if it's pissing rain all the time? Just cover it up like we do at Wimbledon when it rains. Why have we not got a cover? Where are the men like running across the pitch when it starts raining at like 12:30 in the afternoon at Pittodrie or Tannadice to cover the pitch?
Oh, you saw the one at Tannadice that had like bin bags over the pitch or whatever it was. It was like an absolute mess.
That's a mess.
That's a shambles. It's a disgrace. Dundee United should be fined. What's going on in Dundee that both the clubs have like the worst pitches in the world? Like, it's a disgrace. Something's wrong with that street. It's the fucking what do you call it? The drainage system fucked in Tannadice Street, or whatever street it's called, Penn's Road. What's going on?
It's a good question, mate. But what's your question? What's the point in
clubs not covering their pitches when it rains? That's it.
What's the point in clubs not covering their pitches when it rains?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, overs, mate.
A groundsman somewhere will be able to tell you why.
Well, there's sunlight there to like help the grass grow. I don't know. Like, it's not even sunny. It's grey. So what?
No, it's a good point. There has to be a solution here because what was frustrating to me is looking at the pitch. Maybe this makes it worse, but it seemed like not fine. But just kick on, just play the game. It's going to make the pitch worse. So there's three ways of looking at it. One is that just crack on and play it. Two is postpone it. But if you need to postpone a certain number of games in a season, you either forfeit the game or you find an alternative place or you forfeit gate money to the other team and play it behind closed doors somewhere. There needs to be some rule here because it happened with Dundee was it 2-3 seasons ago, Andrew?
Yeah,
the Rangers were playing them and
happened a couple of times in a row, like in the space of a few weeks.
Was it last season or was it the season before?
I actually can't remember. I think it might be last season.
When they were.
Yeah. Was it? It's like it
was under Clermont. It was when you were pushing for the title, or like you were in the title race, and anyway,
that's right.
2 seasons
ago.
Right. But I'm not ever expecting to punish, say, an Elgin City or a lower league club for having a poor pitch. If they've got grass, they can't afford to turn it into Astro. They can't afford the technology that the Premiership clubs can.
Or a big cover, yeah.
Mate, a big cover isn't the answer. Clearly, if it was, the people would be doing it. Comments, let us know.
They do it at Wimbledon, the best tennis event in the world. They just put a big fucking cover on it. Right?
It's a bit different, mate.
I think it's obviously it must be like for covers to work anyway. You need to have exceptional drainage. I think that's the issue. So you do see it at Wimbledon. You do see it on like cricket and such like as well, where you've kind of got like a sort of peaked kind of roll on kind of cover with wheels kind of thing. But the water's got to go somewhere. So ultimately, if the stadium's not got good drainage, then it's just going to go back in the pitch, really. But I agree with you. Look, we live in Scotland. We really need to have a solution that works, and there is such thing as a weather forecast, where you can actually tell, what the weather's going to be like in a few days' time. So now that we've got that technology,
is that quite new? That technology, I don't think
it's very new. Yeah. Before you
last
just kind of
50 years, something like that.
Honestly, it's just with AI coming out. It just came out kind of recently. So
tells you the wind speed and everything.
It does, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Windy.
So I mean, with all seriousness, like with that, Aberdeen, for example, it's not their fault. The weather has been horrendous, and it's probably worse this year than it has been for a hell of a long time. But with that being the case, we know it's coming. We know there must be an easy calculation to make to say this game has got an 80% chance of not going ahead. So if that's the case, then early on, rather than gambling a pitch inspection on the day, a decision should be made to say the game will be moved to McDiarmid or whatever it is. It needs to be moved somewhere, and we know that this stadium's got a 20% chance of cancellation there. So what we're going to do is we're going to book that there, and I think that some solution like that needs to be put in place, because weather's only getting worse. Year on year, it's getting harsher. We're getting more rainfall, particularly. We need something that's going to solve it. It's not the case that every club's going to be able to invest millions and millions of pounds into drainage or, surfaces that can take it. Games can get called off even with artificial surfaces, so that doesn't necessarily solve the problem either. So we need a solution that would allow us to move games, I think is the only way to solve it. Move games to another stadium, a neutral ground, and you just have to suck that one up. Unfortunately, yes, it fucks up a home tie, but otherwise, you look at the Celtic game that was cancelled at Aberdeen. I don't know how they're going to squeeze that in, especially if they do beat Stuttgart. I don't know how you pop that in midweek before the split. I've really no idea how they're logistically going to manage that. So they need a solution. You can't just, I don't think, also last minute anyway, move it to another stadium with and have travelling fans there, and then you need to organise logistics, security, and staff to work in the ground when they weren't expected to. Use the weather.
My point was then
in 5 days, 80% chance of cancellation.
I don't think, in my opinion, I won't get into the reasons, but I just don't think moving it to another stadium is going to work. But if you've had a game moved, or you know that your pitch has had a game's moved previously, and you think it's going to happen again, for me, instead of forfeiting the game, play it behind closed doors somewhere, and any gate money that you'd expect to pay the other team gets paid from the home team to the away team as a fine, and you play behind closed doors. And surely that then teaches a club to improve their facilities, because these top clubs, there must be a way to do it. Just loads of wee buckets on the turf.
Yeah, but if you're having to move the game anyway, why wouldn't you just move the game and take the fans? Because then, say for example, you had a game at Pittodrie that got moved to McDiarmid, for example, Aberdeen would then have to forfeit their home fans' money to St Johnstone. So
no, but how far in advance? You can't just the day of the game choose to do that, and 5 days in advance you can't.
I've never said that, but I think you have to. Like, there's surely you can't tell me that there was not a really high chance of that game getting cancelled on the Tuesday before. You can't tell me that.
No, because you've got groundsmen working all week to try and sort it. I'm just saying it like a last minute expense. Every town has an artificial surface within a 10-mile distance that they could go to. I don't know.
Yeah, but the artificial surface isn't the solution necessarily. There's games that get called off on artificial surfaces all the time. Whether it's
not due to rain,
ice, absolutely they do. I've had games called off at Kelty on an artificial surface where there's been too much rainfall. So it does happen. Definitely does happen.
Indoors in the high school gymnasium, get the games fucking played in there. No problem, man. But you get my point. Like, none of us have the ideal solution. We've not sat and thought about it. But I think something that means a game can be played on the day it needs to be played, at last minute call. Have that plan in place a few days in advance. I don't know.
when the game's on
Yeah.
telly and they bloody postpone it, that's the worst thing ever. You're looking forward to watching the game at night and you're like, fucking come on, let's watch this game. It's bloody postponed. What are you supposed to do now? Just talk to your wife? Fucking hell. Great stuff.
Easy, Tiger.
But anyway, I just thought of a good name for that segment there. Why does it always rain on D? Why does it always rain on D? You know?
Terrific
Dundee.
work. Terrific.
That's good.
The pun
That is
on
good.
the song by Travis.
Oh, right. I didn't put two and two together there, mate. Thanks for that.
Good of you to explain. Right, we've got those replayed games happening. I think ours is meant to be tomorrow. I don't know when the Aberdeen Motherwell one might be next week.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
on
get
the
those games played eventually. Yeah, I'm on the Spartans at this point. Who gives a shit? Right.
See with that, just
Finally.
very quickly.
Sorry.
See if it's a particularly like well, actually, it doesn't matter if it's a cup game. Should they not just flip it so it's not like a home tie? You know, so for example, if it's like Tannadice has got a good chance of getting a cancellation again, we're just gonna refund the tickets and then relaunch it at Spartans. Like, you know,
I think for a game like that where United are still going to be favourites playing away at Spartans, it works. If you've got Hibs v Aberdeen, travelling fans, I don't think that would.
But then the fans are pissed off then at the club because it's like, well, get your shit together so we're not having to then go and play at Easter Road or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, it's not a solution, but yeah. Just
Comments, let us know what's the solution when I think it's not also an issue. Say, because I know United, I think, have only had these 2 games cancelled this season for the last 5 seasons or so, 4 or 5 seasons. I don't think we've had any. So it's maybe not like a... But Dundee, for example, a reoccurring issue. Any clubs that have reoccurring problems season on season with postponement due to waterlogged pitches and they're not doing things right, what is the solution? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please do.
How would you fix it? Right. Scotland are on the lips this week. It's not a friendly, which you'll be pleased to hear. I know you two aren't big fans of friendlies. That is happening in March. But it's the Nations League draws. We are in pot 1 of Group B in the Nations League. So just very quickly, lads, looking at the possible teams we might get, who do you want to be pitted against? Sorry, I can't get words out today. Really struggling. So yeah, other teams in pot 1 that we can't get are Hungary, Poland and Israel. They all came down from A. Pot 2, you could either get Switzerland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Austria or Ukraine.
I'd take Ukraine, I think.
Matthew?
Bosnia, mate. Can't remember if we played them ever recently. I don't think so.
Not recently, now. We played them in the
still
90s.
Bosnia.
Back when it was, I think, just Bosnia. Yeah, that's my preference as well. I think it'd be an interesting game. We've played Switzerland, Austria and Ukraine all in the last 4 or 5 years. We've not played Bosnia, like you say. It's a different team. And a winnable game at that. There's obviously promotion to Nations League A at stake, as well as Euro 2028 playoff guarantees if you win your group. So it's not just friendlies, these games. These are very, very important. All the games are getting played, I think, September, October, November 26th. So it'll be after World Cup and most likely after Steve Clarke's reign is over.
For John, hopefully gets a favourable draw.
Favourable draw for John McGlynn.
Yeah.
Pot 3, your choices there are Slovenia, Georgia, Republic of Ireland and Romania. Matthew?
Not Ireland again, please. Fed up with those people. Not the people in the Sicily. I love the Irish. Just played them too much. Played them too much recently. Romania again. I don't think we've played them recently either. So Romania.
Andrew?
I think I'd be Slovenia. Just not Georgia, not Ireland. It would have been Romania or Slovenia, I think. But I think I'd take Slovenia.
Yeah, I'm in your camp, Andrew. A trip to Slovenia. I've never been, I don't think, to Ljubljana. It'd be a lovely place to go. Hopefully in September before it gets too cold. I'm planning to try and get to these away games. I've not been to many Scotland away games in too long. So I'm looking for some decent away trips. So yeah, Bosnia, Herzegovina and Slovenia would be nice. Pot 4, Sweden, North Macedonia, Northern Ireland and Kosovo. Andrew?
I'd take Northern Ireland. Just show them who's boss. I think that's what I'd want to do. I know we've played them and they've been a wee bit of a bogey team at times, but Yeah, just get in there and show them that we're levels above. That's who I'd pick.
We lost to them in a friendly 2 years ago at Hampden through a Connor Bradley strike, 1-0. That was the most recent meeting. So, and they're sort of on the come up. They obviously got promoted from League 3, having won their group, and they did all right against Slovakia and Germany, Luxembourg in their World Cup qualifying group. They did all right, a few decent performances. They've got quite a young team, a couple of Sunderland defenders in Trey Human, Thingy Ballard. It's not a bad squad, but
no,
you'd take them just to put them in their place.
I think so.
Jesus Christ!
Matthew's so much protein that his headphones don't fit anymore.
It was an hour and 10 minutes into the fucking episode that blew my mind. It's not already lost before.
Mate, this is what you wanted. One record a week, the longer episode, and you just sit there and fucking complain when it gets this late at night.
I'm happy to do it.
Jesus.
Wearing wireless
protein
headphones.
withdrawals.
Tell me what you want.
Right,
who do you want from pot 4?
I'll take Ireland as well. Yeah, quite.
Northern Ireland, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want Sweden.
Just defending.
Upsetting all parts of Ireland.
Yeah.
Sweden, although they're having a bad time, they've got some really good players, so it could be tricky if they get their shit together. Ireland would be a winnable challenge, and an interesting.
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Sorry, Northern Ireland. Bloody hell, it's almost 10 o'clock. I've got 2 kids. Northern Ireland would be an interesting challenge, yeah, and a home nation, of course. That's
Excellent.
right.
Okay.
Got the right one. Got the right one.
There you go, Tom.
They're the home nation.
You say the right one. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the Balkans and go North Macedonia, man. I think Sweden are too hard. Northern Ireland's a bit dull. Yeah, and I don't particularly fancy Kosovo, so North Macedonia, Slovenia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina for me. I think that's a winnable group. 3 good away days, cheap pints, and lovely places to visit. So
sounds good to me.
Plus
Imagine Scotland qualified for a tournament under John McGlynn, right? And he's sitting there. You know, they all in the draw, and they're all sitting there. All the managers and Big John's just sitting there with his little suit on and that as we cap. He class.
He's gone suited and booted, but he's still got his wee cap
Still
on.
got the cap on, yeah. Just waiting with the draw with all the dignitaries and that. John McGlynn's just fucking love it. Come on, John.
Did he not do his shirt and tracksuit bottoms at one point as
I
well?
think he did for our hearts. Yeah, there's a picture going about with him.
What a guy.
Love him.
Right, so yeah, Scotland will find out their fate for Nations League 26-27 on Thursday the 12th, and that's who we think they're going to get.
Is there a big draw? Is Trump going to be there, or what's the deal with this draw?
Kid
Rock.
Kid Rock. Some of those highlights from Kid Rock was fucking brutal. It was so bad.
And jean shorts. Even John McGlynn can be seen in jean shorts.
I'd love to see John McGlynn in jean shorts.
Oh, so would I. Big time.
In a world where sponsorship is more accessible than ever, that world exists at sportsponsorship.co.uk. Whether you're interested in making a difference to your local community or further afield, or perhaps you're looking for access to tens of thousands of followers online to push your brand further than ever, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk. That's sportsponsorship.co.uk.
Right, lads, it's time for a quiz so Matthew can get to his bed.
Brain switched on for the quiz, though.
It's, again, Matthew versus Andrew, and because of my travels after work to come up to Aberdeen, I've not had time to prepare anything, so we're going to go for another game of darts.
Oh.
You've done this before, both of you?
Yes.
You know how it works,
yes.
but I'll explain for the listeners in case you're new here. You're gonna. It used to be, or it was the last time we did. Players have played in Scotland and how many club goals they've scored. This time we're gonna have 3 darts per throw, so it's gonna take a little bit longer, Matthew, than before. 3 darts each, and it's any player to have played in Scotland and their international caps. Now,
Caps, okay.
a few rules to this. As you know, in darts, the maximum score you can get in 1 dart is 60. The maximum you can get in 3 darts is 180. So each player that you name, no more than 60 caps.
Right, okay, I'm just writing that down because I will forget. 180 for 3.
So you can start on 501. You've got a buffer to get to -10. And, yeah, that's the rules. Matthew, starting with you. Give me first player.
It's cats for Scotland or cats for anyone?
Caps for anyone, but they must have played in Scotland at one point. You couldn't have Harry Kane, for example.
I think he's got more than 60, mate.
Well, don't say him then.
Okay. I'm going to say...
Tell you what, we're going to make it a game of 301 instead of 501, because this could take ages.
Graham Dorrans.
Graham Dorrans. I'm sharing my screen. You can see the Wikipedia page. I'm scrolling down. He has 12 caps.
Rubbish.
Should probably have kept that secret until you've named all 3 players, but go again.
Oh, me again.
Yeah, 3 darts, mate. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking of Scottish players. My mind's gone blank. Damn it. Joe Hart.
Joe Hart.
Surely
Surely
that
more
more
than
than
60.
60. Oh, 75.
Right, Andrew, over to you.
I'll go Nikita Yelovich.
Good shout. I'm saying 15.
Yelovich, Nikita.
36.
36,
Nice.
good dart.
Okay.
Treble 12's been hit.
I will go Glenn Kamara for Finland.
Interesting. 70. Too many.
Oh, loser.
Brutal.
Matthew, back to you. Both still on 301.
Chris Burke.
I put a K there. That was silly. Chris Burke, you're all going quite low here. That's
7 caps.
That's brutal.
Lee Griffiths.
Lee to the G. He's 22. Your score of 29 so far.
Come on, trying to keep it alive. Chris Sutton. No, Chris Sutton.
Chris Sutton. One. One scored.
I bet John Hartson. The other
That's
one.
you up to a score of 30. Well done. You're down to
I'll
give him
271.
That's like my real darts, mate.
Andrew, back to you.
Fuck you, Sutton.
I'll go Alan McGregor.
I'm saying 40 caps.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit
Me
worried.
too.
about this one.
42. Good dart.
Okay.
12.
I'll go for
40.
I'll go for a quite safe middle one. Chris Boyd. He'll be very low.
He's definitely low. 18.
How will we have 18 caps for Scotland?
Brings you up to 60.
Why didn't he get more caps, Tam?
Because he fell out with a gaffer.
Oh my... Why would you fall at the gaff?
Fucking like such bad mind blanks. Let me go for Marvin Andrews for Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, he did about 200 caps. You're bust, son.
101. Bust again.
Fucking hell.
Hey.
Struggy, currently on
Struggy's another-
271.
Go on. I'll go for John Hartson.
I
Don't
think
bust
he
me
might be
Hartson.
higher than 60. 51. Great dart. Treble
That's what I
17.
meant that's what I meant the last time. I said Sutton by accident. I'll go for Philip Siebel.
Oh, he's not
Was he,
even one, surely.
He'll have a cap.
Surely not.
15.
Caps. Siebel.
Fucking hell. Seriously.
Well done. 15 and 51. 66 scored. Last dart.
Then Ulysses de la Cruz.
What the fuck?
How do you spell fucking Ulysses? Like that?
That's about right, yeah. Oh no, here's
101.
101 cap for ULT
Fucking
Delta.
hell.
Matthew is bust again, just for clarity and amongst all that screaming. Andrew, back to you, still on a score of 301.
Right, Barry Ferguson I'll go for.
Another man
So
who
obviously
fell
it
out of the
was-
Scotland national team.
Exactly, yeah.
45, good dart. Treble 15.
Gavin Ray.
Gavin Ray. Decent
That's
dart,
very,
14.
it's very low.
Up to
I need to go
59.
somewhere low just to get some points on the board. I'll go Neil Alexander, goalkeeper.
If it's 0, it's... Oh, it's 3!
Oh, that was actually... I shit myself
nice.
after I said that.
Well done. You are on 62 scored. Well done, sir.
Okay, at least I'm off the mark.
Takes you down to 239. Matthew on 271.
Let's go. Cheese and Cummings. Cum dog.
Nice.
Combined caps for both countries here. 5 in total. Next.
Martin Boyle.
I was going to
Taking the
say
ones
him,
on
you
my screen.
bastard.
37.
That's a sign.
42.
And I will go for Stephen Presley.
Ooh.
That's a great shout, I think. 32.
Finally.
32 plus, what did we say, 42? That's
Yep.
74 scored. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Matthew is now on, I think, 197. Andrew on
Yeah.
239.
Right. I'm going to go Harry Suter whilst we're on the Australian train there.
Harry Suter is 36. Good dart.
Johan Mjalby. Bit concerned about that one.
Double N. 49.
I lost a picture, by the way.
49 and 36 up to 85. This is huge.
Maurice Ross. Surely that's a safe one.
Maurice. 0. And you got a cat?
I think
And the
he
Betty
was
Boxes.
capped.
13.
13.
Fair play, Maurice.
13 on top of 85. 98 scored. Fantastic stuff. Well done.
Not bad.
That takes you down to 141.
Nice one, mate.
Matthew
Okay.
on
I'll
197.
go
Gary Naismith.
Good dart, I think. 46. Well done.
Stephen McManus.
Stephen McManus. 26. Good chucking.
And
72.
Andy Webster.
72
That's
plus
a good
Andy
shout.
Webster's caps. Oh, it's 100. It's bang on the ton. Well done, sir.
Fucking hell, well done.
Okay, thank you.
Right, Andrew, you've got a chance to take this out. 141 to 151. If you get anywhere in there, looks like you've won.
Right. I'm going to go for big one first, Stevie Naismith.
I think he could be just under, you know. It could be a miraculous dart. 51! It's brilliant. It's treble 17.
Fucking hell,
Wow.
that is tight.
That takes you down to 90 required with 2 darts.
Right, I'll go
Or
for
you, yeah.
Rudy Scatchell, which is just a guess, to be honest. I actually have no idea how many. He could have like 10 caps, or he
Nah,
could
I
have
don't
about
think that many.
60 or something.
Rudy the
Surely
Scatch,
not.
man. 7. Takes you down to 83.
Okay. Lee Wilkie.
Lee Wilkie will definitely have the
God,
caps.
well-
Not going to be over 60, so you're going to be
No,
on
it
finish.
Yeah.
1. Oh no, 11, sorry.
11.
Oh, shit
Ready.
myself there.
141 minus 51 minus 7 is 83. 72 remaining.
72.
97 remaining.
Me, 97.
97, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go friend of the pod, Neil McCann.
Oh.
Neil McCann. 26. That takes you down to 71.
I'll go another friend of the pod, Morris Edu.
Oh, yeah. Good shout. Good shout.
Nice
Like
one,
that.
Morris. Edu. There we go. Could be high, I think. 46!
Oh.
It's incredible
Oh,
stuff.
mate, that's
So
really
what's
good.
that now?
25
What?
remaining, I think.
Is that
25.
25?
I'm just going to do some quick maths. 72, and you were on 97. So yeah, 25 left.
I'll go for Dado Perso.
Oh,
If this
he's
is
going to be
25
quite
to
a
35,
few.
anywhere in that range, you have won. 32!
Well done, man. That's incredible.
-7 a final score. Matthew did start, so you're going to get a chance to play for the tie.
Arthur Newman I'll go for, firstly.
Arthur Newman.
Oh, nice.
3. Wow. That leaves you with, I think, 19 remaining.
Whoa.
So if you can get closer to 0 than -7, you can use 1 or 2 darts for this.
Oh, come on, I'll give you the big fucking flex. I think I'm going to win.
19 cast.
Craig McHale-Smith.
Right, my goodness. What?
It's going to take you closer.
Yeah, we got like 6 maybe?
I don't think you're going to be below 7, 12. So anywhere between 12 and 18 caps you can name. And you've won.
Come on.
I'm really fucking running out of people in my head to go for. Fuck it. I can't think of any players that have got really low caps. Fuck, this is really difficult.
Push you for an answer.
Did we say Graham Dorrans already?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
He was
We
the very,
did,
very first
okay.
name that was named, I think.
It was.
Bastard.
Booty time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
No,
I'll be
no,
here all day.
I
you're
was
not
joking,
out
just
of you
I'm
just
just
need to name
joking,
a player. You're not out of time.
say anyone.
Struggling. I can't think of anyone with that low caps, to be fair. Yeah, I think I'll have to tap out, unfortunately.
I'll just name a player. He might be wrong, but at least it's a player.
Yanis Hadji, then. It's definitely going to be way more than 12.
Oh, nice. Decent. Couldn't be.
You never know, though.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's going to give us a bit of suspense, at least, instead of just giving up. Unbelievable.
Oh.
Oh, this is incredibly nerve-wracking. Oh. 51.
Yeah.
It was worth a
It's
stab.
gonna
It was worth a stab. Well done, Struggy. You've won the darts again.
well
Okay.
done, mate. Well done. I was really struggling to think of someone really low. Like that was hard. I'd kind of used all my low ones with my Maurice Rosses and Neil Alexanders and Lee Wilkies.
Greg
So
McHale-Smith.
I was really scraping the barrel. So, well. But yeah, listeners, let us know how you got on with that. See if you scalped us there.
Absolutely.
I struggled there. That
Some
was
more-
really difficult.
Another game of football darts notched in Struggy's little chalkboard that he keeps scores of all the quizzes we do.
Oh,
He's that
speaking
kinda
of
guy.
quizzes, did we ever get to the bottom of the old potato roll
rolls.
gate?
Where are the rolls?
What?
Where are the rolls?
What do you mean, where are the rolls?
Must have not
Here's the
listened to the
rules.
last episode.
Mm.
We're trying to
What's this?
unravel the mystery of the potato buns from Nooch
Oh,
that Matthew is claiming that were his, and he wants a full investigation.
what did you win the
Don't you?
rolls for?
I didn't win any rolls, but you said you'd give me a roll, and I've never seen that roll.
Oh, come and see me in Nooch. You'll get your big Toblerone and your chocolate M&Ms.
Oh,
What,
did you
I
actually
was
get
so
them?
I was listening.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm up in Aberdeen. I didn't bring them with me. They're in the flat. But if you come and see me for a pint, you'll get your airport chocolate.
I just want the chocolate and rolls, mate. So just
Pick them up and drive back.
see it like the. See ya.
We'll go for
Sounds
that
like
pint, eh? See my brother.
Well,
I just
so
wanted
your
some
mum
chocolate.
joke and then fucks off.
And then as I go at the whole nation of
Cheers for
Ireland.
the chocolate, you mum.
That wasn't a joke. I know his mum's a listener.
Yeah,
See ya.
Matthew. Yeah, sure. It's been disrespectful.
So,
Yeah, we did actually get a comment this week. Sorry, I've not shouted them out at the start, but hopefully, if you're a Tinpot fan, you're still listening to the end.
90 minutes.
Yeah,
Football theme.
it's better
that's
late than
fine.
never, mate.
Yeah.
Better late than never. Let me see comments on the old YouTube. Let's see. Where are you? comments. Hold
Listening
on.
to North Norfolk Digital.
Top comments apply. We've got an at Morna8343 says, "Yep, my Wednesday commute sorted. Thanks, lads." So
Legend.
we gave a thumbs up to that, and again our regular at Stu Rat. Thanks for the pod, gents. So yep, thanks to you for your comments.
Thanks, Stu. Keep on listening.
Thanks
Thank
everyone
you.
for
Thank you,
for
Morna.
listening. Drop us comments, drop us likes. We'll see you again next time.
Thanks, Morna. Bye.
Bye. Like, share, subscribe.